Today we will be reviewing the Dragon's Revenge. So first thing I want to start off with is the train. So one thing that's unique about this train is that it glows up. So let me take it off the track real quick. Yeah, it glows up. And what's also really cool is that it has actual seats in it. You can see the seats in there, and you can also see the lights. And whenever, the lights just turned off because whenever it's not moving for a little bit, like maybe 10 seconds, the light turns off, which is really unique so the battery doesn't run out. And also it has a working chain too. So the train, I'm gonna score. This is probably the best train I've got. So this is probably, the train would be an 8 out of 10, which is pretty high ranking for a train, but it's a really cool train. So you can turn it on right here, and it has a short course, but I think it's pretty cool. So after it goes up the chain, you go around the castle into the loop, which the loop, I think is pretty cool because you have this around the loop, so you don't need to have any box structure around it or anything. It also gives it a more realistic look since that's underneath of it, which I think is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna also rank each element this thing has. So you drop right here and you turn behind the castle and you turn back and you sort of flip back right into the loop, and you go through a sort of upwards turn right here. So here's the course again. Okay, I like how the motors they make the chain go forward and backwards. So you go right there through the loop and back into the castle. I really like this gate right here. That part is also pretty awesome. That they add these cutouts to here, which gives it a better look, because without these castles, it would look a little funny. So it's same to dragons. Like up here, the cart, it goes up and it goes through this dragon right here. And so I think that's also awesome. This set is a really cool set. So let me just flip this around real quick so you can see what's behind here. Yeah, it's also, this set is pretty heavy too. So I'm going to flip it. This is what's behind it. So I'm going to turn it on right here. So you can see it on the chain and how everything works back there. So that's pretty cool. And so I'm going to flip it back around. I like all the theming to this. The themes give it a pretty cool look. Like this dragon right here, I found the way to attach it. So that dragon is a really cool touch to it. Yeah, because the train is a dragon, and you go right beneath it into the course. Yeah, I really like the theming. So the theming, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for theming. And for functionality, so this thing is really reliable. Ever since I built this, the chains never stopped working and never needed to change batteries in the motor or anything. Nothing's came apart. So this is really reliable. And the chain, the chain really works. No complaints. Because the functionality and everything, functionality, everything. The functionality, I'm gonna give it about an 8 out of 10. It's all the scores are up because how cool the set is. Yeah, and I like how after it goes right through the course, it hooks on back into the chain. So when it's over, you don't have to push it back up every time. So yeah, that's really cool. So watch this. So when I turn it on, it's going to start going up. And after the course, it's going to hook right back onto the chain. So, yeah, so you don't have to push it back up there. Yeah, so it just auto does it, which is pretty cool. But basically every Connect set does this. So, yeah, I really like that. And the structure on this, the whole structure. The structure is small, which is a good thing because you're not going to have like because if you don't have much space, so you don't want a massive coaster because you don't have much space, and sometimes it won't fit because some sets are just absolutely massive. But this one doesn't take up much space, which is really cool because it's a pretty cool coaster and you don't need much space for the whole coaster, which is really awesome. So I'm able to fit so if I would fit a amount of these in this room, I would probably be able to fit 20 or more of these in here because how compact these are. So yeah, they go down. Yeah, see how compact it is? That's why it has this upwards turn sort of. So I know this is a tiny, like a couple of inches amount of space. But if you like barely have any space to put this because you already have a ton of stuff in the way, that could matter. Like, it's likely that would happen. So that's really cool. Like the Bionic Blast, the motors would be impossible to get when it's already turned on. But this is super easy. You just turn it on, turn it off. It's really easy. It's not like those impossible motors. So, which is really cool. So, my final ranking on this thing is probably an 8 out of 10. My final ranking on everything together is an 8 out of 10. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.